Akihabara, Tokyo's electric town, is a digital dreamscape for tech enthusiasts and otaku culture. I was no different. I decided to spend an entire night immersed in Akihabara's neon glow, hopping between game centers and electronic shops. It was nearing midnight when I stumbled upon a dimly lit alley, a stark contrast to the buzzing main streets. Drawn by the nostalgic tunes of 8-bit games, I discovered an old arcade. The entrance was framed by beaded curtains, each bead representing tiny pixelated characters from retro games. Pushing them aside, a wave of cold air enveloped me, the scent of old metal and leather filling my nostrils. The arcade was a labyrinth of vintage games, many of which I'd never seen before. But what caught my attention wasn't the games themselves, but their players. Each booth was occupied by individuals so engrossed in their gameplay that they seemed out of time. Their clothing styles ranged from the 80s to futuristic garb I couldn't recognize. One game beckoned me, Timeline Trigger. It had a simple premise: navigate through various epochs, altering events to change history. Mesmerized, I started playing. As I did, I began to notice a shift around me. The arcade transformed to mirror the era I was playing in. When I reached a cyberpunk Tokyo level, the arcade became a high-tech hub with holographic game consoles and AI players. Suddenly, the power glitched. An AI character, her face flickering with digital noise, turned to me. "You don't belong," she hissed. Panicking, I tried to exit the game, but my hands were stuck to the console. A cacophony of game soundtracks assaulted my ears, the epics within the game blending together, creating temporal chaos. A voice echoed, deep and resonant. "To exit, you must reset the timeline." Desperate, I navigated back through each level, trying to restore the events I'd altered. With each correction, the arcade's anomalies began to fade. Upon reaching the game's end, the arcade returned to its dim, retro state. I yanked my hands free, the once alluring 8-bit tunes now gratingly sinister. I raced out, the beaded entrance clattering behind me. Akihabara's familiar neon lights greeted me, the current year displayed on a giant electronic billboard. The old arcade, however, had vanished, leaving only an empty lot in its wake. Yet in my pocket, I found a single pixelated bead, a chilling memento of Akihabara's lost arcade, where timelines twisted and players risked becoming part of the game forever.